right, Eli Ann Angwi, founder of HOBED, which is Hope for a Better Tomorrow Foundation. She's here to talk to us about some amazing things. She's an activist for end rape. She's an end rape activist. I mean, we all should be activists for that particular thing, right? We all should be activists for it. But this person has taken it upon herself to fight for this cause. Guys, welcome Eliane. Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm great.
I like your makeup. I mean, Constance knows. Did you guys discuss before you came to this set?
No, I just met her for the first time.
No, I think you called her before you came.
Spiritually.
So thank you for coming to the show. First, I want you to tell us, who is Eliane? I know you're the founder of HOBED, but I want to know beyond that, who are you?
Okay. I'm called Tembeng Eliane Angwi.
Yeah.
I am from Bangui, the northwest region of Cameroon. Yeah. I have a bachelor's degree in education, curriculum studies, and teaching from the University of Boya. Aside that, I'm a community girl. I am a volunteer. I am an African emerging leader with the Young African Leaders Initiative, that's YALI. Yeah. I am a 2020 Women Deliver Fellow. And I am a rape survivor. And I'm an activist against rape.
Wow. Guys, this is a powerful woman. Yeah. So now, let's talk about your foundation, HOBED. Let's start there. What are your main activities and how far are you guys at this point?
Okay, founding HOBED in July 2018, we basically we're doing everything. We just wanted a better community. But as time went on, we had to come to a decision that we need to look where we are best at and where we can better impact the community. And that's when I discovered the importance of storytelling. Okay. I found the reason to use my story to change things around for other people. And that is why now we are concentrating on promoting gender equality and quality education. So far, we've been able to work or carry out a lot of activities around ending gender-based violence. That's carried out awareness-raising campaigns. We've carried out a social media campaign. We are doing online sensitization. We have been able to identify some survivors of gender-based violence, especially rape, and we'll be able to cancel some of them and try reintegrating them into the society. Apart from that, we also work around promoting good health and well-being, working on sexual and reproductive health and rights, and working on menstrual hygiene. We are in a setting where our parents still find it difficult talking to us about sexual education, that's comprehensive sexual education. So, and with that, us, or let me say the youth or young adolescents, they do go through a lot of mistakes which we don't want it to repeat itself. So we've taken it upon ourselves to talk to them about comprehensive sexual education. And in the midst of that, if you hear when the crisis just started, there was a time they said young girls use soft grass as to catch their monthly flow. Yes. And coupled with my own experiences I have taken it upon ourselves that at least twice a year, we go out to the community, we educate adolescent girls, and we look for means to distribute to them sanitary kits, not to only help them catch their monthly flow, but to teach them so that when we are not there, they should be able to do it without us.
So I have said powerful already, but I want to say you are amazing at the things you do. Are you one of those people who, because over the years, I've heard people say that, why would they give condoms for free and sell sanitary pads? Around that area, what do you think?
I think it's true because sex is a choice while menstruation is not a choice. Yeah. So if you're choosing to have sex, you should be able to provide everything necessary. Yeah. But menstruation, even if you like or you don't like as a lady, you are going through that for about 30 years of your life at least. You're going through that. So I don't see any need why we are supposed to sell sanitary pads. And the funniest thing in it is the price keeps increasing. Yeah. We don't think about those girls back in the villages. We don't think about those girls back in Isobe and Idenau. we don't think about those girls back in Bafia. How would they get money to buy these things? Yeah. That is the reason why us as an organization, we think this is a community project. We could still have done it by ourselves. We can still do things by ourselves. But when you get a community involved in getting things done, they feel the need to, or they feel being engaged in something. Yeah. That is why we think pads should be free, condoms should have a price. Yeah.
Guys, what do you think? I know some guys are watching and be like, nah, we need this thing for free. Like, I mean, why not have the two free? Why not have condoms free and pads free?
If it's possible, then it's very okay.
Now, on your story, you said that at one point in your life, about 10, 11 years ago, you were caught up in a situation where you used a sanitary pad and reused it again.
It's not really used and reused. The thing is, I grew up with my grandmother. Okay. I love her so much. So there was a time she was not well and they said they bought her some sanitary pads. She has to open them. We who use sanitary pads, there are some sanitary pads that have either green or blue lining in there. So she has to buy pads, remove those linings, put in water. After some days, she drinks them. So at that time, she has to do those things. When you open pads, you're not supposed to keep them exposed. Okay. Yes. So after she has done that, we had to gather the pads and keep. So I used them. There was no knowledge. I had no knowledge at that time.
I think this is a very serious. It's a call for concern that we all should join our voices. Now, you said that you guys are working on a project, getting pads, sanitary pads, and menstrual hygiene education to a series of girls around the Mengwi municipality. Tell us about it.
Okay. We call it Gift the Menstrual Kit. This is because 2020 January, I went to Mengwi and a lot of the younger ones I left back there, 2013, were about 8, 9, 10 years. I'm back in Mengwi and I'm seeing most of them. We say babies carrying babies. And babies carrying babies. And also schools are not going on. Most of the times, we learn these things in school from our peers or our teachers about menstrual education. But now, unfortunately, they don't have that opportunity. Yeah. Some of them, just after seeing their first menses, they get pregnant because they don't know what to do. We don't preach fornication, but if you're already sexually active, you're supposed to know how to take care of yourself, how to prevent some certain things. So these children don't know. And most of the times with the situation we find ourselves into, some of them are being forced into that activity. And because they are scared and don't have anyone to talk to, they keep quiet. So we are coming now to give them that education. We are not just going to hand you parts and say, no, this part to take care of yourself. No, we are giving them comprehensive education about menstrual hygiene. Not talking only about menstrual hygiene. We are in a period where COVID is still around. The waves of COVID that are coming out now are more stronger than before, and they are more silent. So you don't see the symptoms we have at first. We'll talk to them about COVID, and wherever you see Hobbit, you hear about rape. We cannot go out without talking to them about rape. We'll talk to them about how to prevent themselves, how to identify and report cases of gender-based violence, especially rape. And also we bring in a legal person to give them advice on what if you are caught up in situations of violence, where to go to. And you'll be very fortunate because the legal man we are going with works with our organization and he does all our cases pro bono. So if we identify some cases at that time, we can easily work with them.
Now, how do other people get involved with these? Because it's something that, like I said at the beginning, we all are supposed to put our hands together, put our heads together to make sure that this happens. We're supposed to make sure that we get to educate our sisters, our friends, the importance of having menstrual hygiene and how to all these things like rape and all these activities. How do we get involved? How do other people get involved in this?
Okay, you must not only get involved in our own campaign. Okay. We encourage everybody out there. First of all, when we talk about ending rape is not a fight that one person can do it. Yeah. It's not a fight for us, the activists, or for the CSOs. It's not a fight for the survivors themselves. It's a collective effort. That's why most often we say rape it's my fight, it's your fight. Rape, my fight, our fight. Yes. Because if we keep it for one party or one stakeholder, we will not be able to do it. Yeah. So just by me talking, not even talking to my community, just by me talking here, I'm already educating you and I'm educating Montes because there are some certain things that we or you do not know I will tell you on here. And On talking about menstrual hygiene, we also have to come together. As an organization, we are on now doing a donation drive where we are calling on everybody in the community, not just people from Bengui, everybody in the community to join us. Let's achieve this. We on all our social media platforms, we have put mediums there that you can reach out to us, and there are numbers at where you can donate, because a kit that contains reusable pad, disposable sanitary pad, a hand towel, a menstrual bead, face mask, and pants, some few pants. So getting in touch with us or doing something by yourself to make sure that you're helping an adolescent girl out there, it's a whole lot.
Wow, guys, this is a whole lot. So you've heard from Anne, you must not only get involved through her foundation, you can get involved in so many different ways in other foundations, you as an individual. And I think we all should get involved in this. But we're going to continue with our chat. But first, we have a video of someone saying something about you and the work you do. Let's get to watch it. We'll be right back. Guys, watch.
Firstly, it's an incredible honor talking about a superwoman like Eliane. She's an activist. She has done a lot to make sure that people like myself are empowered, inspired, motivated. I mean, there are a lot of people who have been through bullying, rape victims out there who have been abandoned by their family. She's always there to make sure that they receive all the help that they can get. By inspiring them that it is okay to be a survivor. Just be happy, live your life the way you deem fit, because suicide has never been an option. Apart from that, she also inspires people to make sure that they take good care of their mental health. That's why I'm super proud of her. She's not just an activist, she's a master chef. She owns her own restaurant. I mean, she's a boss lady, which is something that I must applaud. So I'm just telling her that she's amazing. I love you so much for all you've been doing. You don't get paid for what you're doing, but you do it because of your passion. So stay blessed, stand tall, be brave, and keep doing what you're doing. God bless you so much.
Welcome back, guys. So how do you feel? Great, right? All right, let's talk about the next part of his story. You happen to be a survivor of rape, like not just once, but multiple times, and someone who no one or family or people around did not actually believe your story. This is something that most victims are always not willing to talk about because they feel like people are not going to believe them, or people are going to, the whole stigma, stereotype around the whole thing. How was that period for you at that point in your life? How was it like for you?
MC, it's survivors.
Survivors.
Not victims.
Sorry, survivors.
Okay.
Survivors.
I was very young. I was about the age of between 7 to 9 years old. Okay. The unfortunate thing is one of them was my cousin. And it's only from people within your environment. That's why we often say the devil doesn't come from outside. It's always from inside. So it started with my cousin. He knows my grandmother's program. She always goes out Tuesdays and Fridays, 5 a.m. in the morning for morning prayers. And he always takes advantage of that situation. And he comes into the room. He tried several times first. He could not succeed. And the day he finally got to me, he was like, "Don't tell anybody, I'll beat you." Because he knew I was very afraid of that. My grandmother never let anyone touch me. And he did that a couple of times. There was another guy too who lived in the house. I don't know if they concerted or how, because after his own time, about 2 or 3 times or more, because I was still that small, we had 2 other tenants in the house on 2 different occasions. As if that was not enough, there was another neighbor of ours that when my grandmother travels, she always comes to sleep with us in the house. One evening, I was sleeping with my younger sister, and she was like, "Let's do mommy play. My younger sister will be the daughter, she the father, and I the mother." And that night, when my younger sister had slept, she started touching me and wanted to suck my breast. I refused. The next time, he went further, and my younger sister was sleeping. She sucked my breast, and I already had that conception in my mind that if you tell somebody, And they had threatened me before. If you tell somebody, they'll beat you. I was very scared of that. So I did not talk. She did that for a couple of times. And growing up, it kind of changed my mentality about sex. And mind you, I told nobody. Everybody knew me as that talkative child, but I kept quiet with that. So it's only later in my secondary school that I understood that what was happening was wrong. And that time my sexuality was almost changing. A lot of questions would come in place. So fortunately for me, 2018, I was watching Big Brother Nigeria and they had a task. They were talking on rape. So I was watching it. I went to Yaoundé to do my passport. I had to travel. So I was watching it in Yaoundé and I found myself crying. Nobody in the house could understand what was happening. But I just waved it. When I went again to Ghana for Yali and we had a task, we had to act how you refer cases of GBV to organizations and the hospital. I opted to act as the survivor. Doing that, I still found it as a place to express my mind. I did that wholeheartedly, and where I had to cry, I was really crying tears. So when I came back, there was this game on Facebook, the games we usually play. They say, what is it about you that only you know and you've not told anybody? And I was like, that I've been raped before. A lot of people got to me, are you serious? Or you're just catching cruise? I'm like, I'm serious. My younger sister came to my inbox and she asked, is this true? I said, yes. She said, by who? I hesitated telling her the person. When I actually did, she told me too that in 2012, the same cousin of ours tried doing that to her. But now she was much older because 2012, she should be around 17 or 18 by then. And mine happened when I was about 7 or 8. So at that point in time, she was the only person that, still now, she's still the only person that knows the name of that cousin of ours. So I had a program to go, I had an opportunity to go to the US. At that time, I was volunteering with an organization, and without funds at that time, my boss sent out a call to assist her volunteers travel. When my uncle saw it on Facebook and I shared it, he burst out that, why am I doing that? Why am I disgracing the family, asking for help outside? I said, it's not me. So he got me very angry and I took the opportunity to burst out. I'm like, you're trying to show your consent now. When I really needed it at that time, you were not there.
At that point in time, did you talk to someone or did you talk to your uncle at that point in time and probably didn't show any sort of concern about it though?
Okay, when I shared that message with him, within 30 minutes, the message had gone almost round to everybody in the family. And I was receiving calls. I turned off my phone. Later that evening, when I switched it on, my mom called and asked, is it true what you're saying? I'm like, yes. My uncle got to me and he was like, if you did not like it, you would have spoken out. And my question was, at what age? At 7? Since that day, I closed the topic with him. But later that year, I took out the opportunity. I shared my story now openly in the midst of other ladies. We're sitting, we're exchanging ideas, talking about our experience. That was the first place I aired out my mind. And may her soul rest in perfect peace. Auntie Pashibel, she was the one that consoled me that day. She spoke a lot to me, and I found myself that I got a degree of healing, because what I had in me is I had plans to kill my cousin. It had always been in me. Like whenever I meet him, I had to do him something. But those ladies spoke to me. I came down. They told me to call somebody from the family, and the only person I can really trust and I talk to is my dad. I called my dad. I explained everything to him. We spoke. He told me, okay, get to that cousin of yours and get back to me. Let's hear what he has to say. He tried to, that's not what he did. He was just trying to wake me up in the morning, and I was just advised to let it go since he was not even around. But I'm still waiting for him when he comes back to Cameroon.